We have a special guest tonight, Moms for Liberty, Boone County Chairwoman,
Woo-hoo.
Karen Strayer.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Karen.
Instead of sitting on your couches at home, come join us.
Yes.
We'll share the link for how you can get involved and how you can reach out to Karen. There's a school board meeting on Thursday. So we're going to review what's on the agenda. If you'd like to come to the school board meeting, we'll put the address up for you and you can come and speak. The audience of citizens is at the beginning of the meeting, or you can email your school board representative. Tell them what you think about how they're spending your tax dollars.
Just to let you know what Moms for Liberty Boone County is dedicated to the survival of America by unifying, educating, and empowering parents to defend their parental rights at all levels of government. We're here for the parents. We will even speak for the parents if they're unable to attend. I have done that in the past. But we welcome all parents in Boone County, not just the public school, the non-public school, the home schools, everyone, so that we can better educate our children.
You can be a grandparent, aunt, uncle, brother, sister,
Taxpayer.
They accept everybody who wants to be part of protecting our children. Keep in mind when you see the amounts that they're spending, they have stated for the record that they do not have money to pay our bus drivers more so that we have an adequate staff that we can keep. E-Hall Pass for $35,861 for 1 year. This is so that the students can request to go to the bathroom because, you know, there was no way to do this before the E-Hall Pass.
And correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't there discussion at one point at one of the meetings where they said some schools don't even use it, but they pay for it?
Yes, there was supposed to be a record given to the school board members about the usage of these programs that they're purchasing. I have not seen the usage record on what the schools have versus what they're actually using. So yes, apparently some of these schools have this program and don't even use it.
So let me see if I understand. So this is another electronic device for tracking when the children leave the classroom to go to the restroom?
Yes. I'm not sure that any of the parents have actually signed off on this either. There's not parental consent that they're getting for it.
And is there a opt-out form if the parents don't want their children tracked?
There is not an opt-out form. However, parents, you can opt out of all of these things. You just have to notify the school that you don't want to participate. They don't have your permission. Do not consent. Leader and Me, for one school, Long Branch Elementary, $81,919 for 1 year contract. And they've been doing this program in Boone County for a while at different schools. So it's beyond me why they haven't figured out how they can do a Leader in Me styles, whatever that they want to do without having to pay the $81,000 a year. I mean, I don't even think our teachers are making that much money.
No.
Right? I mean, that could be one person's salary that could teach the entire district if it's so great.
Or two people's salary.
Yeah.
I know, right? All right, so there's 3 schools that have this intro math program, and they're all 3 middle schools.
And the price tag for this one middle school for just 6th to 8th grade, $63,532 for a 1 year contract.
And you're using ESSER funds for that.
Yes.
So we probably won't have those next year, right?
Nope.
Do we know how much it's going to cost next year?
Maria Brown said at the last special meeting that typically when it comes to these programs, you can expect at least a 3% increase every year. So we also have Camp Ernst doing the same program for their 6th to 8th grade. For some reason, it's significantly less, but they're still spending 20 grand for a year contract. Again, they're buying these every year. So they're leasing curriculum while we have PhDs and master degrees that we're paying for salaries that aren't creating curriculum. We're leasing curriculum. And there's one more, Valley Shannon, 6th to 8th grade math, $16,315, 1 year contract. Pretty sure you could write your own curriculum for that amount. Ridiculous. Oh yeah, I love this. The preschool curriculum. Think about what a preschool curriculum looks like. These are your colors. This is your alphabet. This is how you count. We have to pay $13,309 for a 1 year contract to do a preschool curriculum because our PhDs can't even figure that one out.
What is this?
Cognia. It says it's an accreditation membership. I'm not exactly sure what that's for. 32,400. It includes all schools. It's a 1 year contract. This is being presented at our school board meeting by Mr. Detweiler, one of the assistant superintendents, which we have multiple. Again, multiple PhDs. Can't do anything on their own. It all has to come through digital companies that we lease their programs. So why are we paying for PhDs and superintendents if it could just be a program? One or the other, people.
This one cracks me up because if you work for a corporation, you have a person who is in charge of your employee safety program. So they're paying a outside company to take care of their employee safety.
Unbelievable.
Well, I guarantee they have someone at the district office who does that also. And then that person's like, well, we can just do this program. I think this is more about not making people do their jobs that we already pay their salaries and their pensions and their benefits. You just buy a program and then I don't have to work. So Ed Leader 21, the CEO is Ken Kay, and his background is he was a lobbyist for the Podestas. So we have a lobbyist leading what they call the transformation of education. And then the Battelle for Kids is part of that group. They're both nonprofits. Like Karen said, it's Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It's Zuckerberg, Hewlett Packard, these tech moguls dump their money into these nonprofits to push their agenda out. And it also gives them a tax benefit when they do that. They can write it off. They're pulling together as many districts as they can. Believe it or not, they're trying to implement these things statewide through the legislature. So making laws around this. But this is actually about setting up infrastructure and systems for data mining your child, the whole child. And all you have to do is go on EdLeader21 or BattleForKids.org or portraitofagraduate.org and pull up their partnerships and their reports, and it tells you everything that they're implementing. And one of the things I saw today was not only are they doing profile of a graduate, which is profiling your child from the time that they enter school, but it also had profile of a teacher. So I'm actually wondering what they're tracking on our teachers. And I think the teachers should wonder what is being mined, data mined on them.
The big thing I don't understand is we pay for Matt Turner to go to Ed Leader, $2,251. We were also told, I believe it was the April meeting, the insert that we never got the agenda for. You can't get an agenda on this Ed Leader either. It talks about breakouts, but it doesn't say what the breakouts are. So we don't know what they're learning at these prestigious conferences that they've been invited to, nor do we see what the reflection on our children is. This all started going to these prestigious conferences when we had the superintendent Blavitz. So we've gone through 3 or 4 superintendents going. In the past decade, our reading and math continues to decline drastically since COVID, but it was already declining pre-COVID. So what is this conference doing for our children? Or is it just giving our superintendent's resume contributions?
Also, and I noticed too that the $10,000, it didn't state what we were getting for that. There's nothing, there isn't an actual contract on the agenda to show what we get for that money that we're giving them.
True.
And this is not the first conference that he's attended with Ken K. So is this one of those situations where Turner just wants to rub elbows with Epstein's friends?
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I looked at my data. They have different teams from 62 districts. So they have a lot of people there, but it's only representing 62 districts across the nation. End of conference.
Well, 62 districts times 10,000. That's a pretty good chunk of money. Plus,
Very nice.
plus you have to pay for the conference.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was a couple hundred a night just for the hotel room.
So the Northern Kentucky Education Council, keep in mind the executive director of this council is Randy Poe. Should sound familiar to you guys because that was our old superintendent who also sits on the state school board.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's $10,000 a year for the membership. And in that membership, they get a logo on a newsletter, an advertisement on their social media, recognized at a dinner and recognized at a meeting, and an opportunity to speak at a council meeting. So basically he gets applause for giving our tax dollars to them. So who is this benefiting? Is it benefiting the students or is this benefiting Turner? And we're paying for it. So the other one we want to bring up is the LSS data room relocation. Apparently we've been told there's a leak in their data room currently, and instead of fixing the leak, they are building on an addition to central office to the tune of $2.4 million. So we can't pay bus drivers a decent wage, but we can spend $2.4 million to build onto central office to move equipment for data. You want to look up Boone County, Kentucky school board meetings. So you're going to go to the KSBA's public portal. I would go down one, yeah. And then you're going to tap on the date of the meeting that you want to look at. That's where the actual contracts are going to be.
Yeah.
And then you scroll down. And you see all the attachments in blue. That actually gives you the information. So keep scrolling down. Data room, there it is.
Yeah. With this.
So this one just shows the construction cost, but the other document associated with this gives you the total project cost. So the 1.7 million is just the construction. Yep. If you open up that one.
Just looking for that.
So this one actually will give you the total project cost. You scroll down. Gives you a little bit more information. But total project cost $2,440,991.
That could get you bus drivers.
Pay the bus drivers really well too, you know? I think it was Jesse Parks that said after whatever fees or something is paid, that our bus drivers are only making about $13 an hour, which is ridiculous.
Yes. The next day I went over to Panda Express and they're hiring with full benefits $17 to $19 an hour. And they don't have to drive a big bus. They don't have to have a CDL. And they don't have to break up fights amongst kids while they're driving that big bus.
It's almost like they don't want bus drivers, right?
Our bus drivers deserve more.
Absolutely.